call. This call is live, but
Qui c'è 3 ore.
it is a personal call. To do some cleanup, guys, please keep your phones muted. Okay, if you have a question, just raise your hand. I will be glad to answer all questions and concerns. Also, the people that I made co-host, I'm trusting you to keep it clean. Keep it clean. You guys obviously get first dibs to ask questions. When you ask your question, um, keep it in the pulse of your community and the concerns of your community, and I'm good with that. Also, I'm going to do this call in English only so it can be transcribed properly for our kind group in Germany and our kind group in Italy. No disrespect to any one of those countries, but to get this thing to go through quicker, I'm going to do it in English only for now, and then we'll transcribe it later. Probably today. We'll transcribe it today into those other language, and then maybe do. You guys can do private meetings from this one. Okay. So my goal today is to go over what we went through last week with our meeting with a deal in 8118 Capital and why we even got to this point. Okay. And first of all, I want to tell you, when I met a deal in EHEB and 8118 Capital, it was it was about 2 years ago. 2 years ago when I met them. And I was in another project and it was failing. And I was basically, they were venture capitalists, one of the first investors into one of these projects, and they lost money, quite a bit of money, quite a bit. And when I say quite a bit, more than I did. Okay. So when I was asking him, I was talking to him about auto trading or trading bots. In my past, I made a lot of money with trading bots and lost a lot of money with trading bots. So I thought, wow, if I had the resources to create an AI bot, knowing what I've been learning about artificial intelligence, how it's taken over things, I wanted to be the first to do something like that, but I didn't have the money to do it. So Adil and I met over dinner or lunch or whatever you want to call it, and we talked about it, and he was excited about it too. So he was explaining to me that they had already been working with a company to put together an AI trading platform. They had already done some institutional investing in America and in the EU, not the EU, but I'm going to say Dubai, and they managed large assets. I think when I met them, I don't want to say the number because I might say it wrong, but let's just say it was large assets for large businesses. And so they had a network of professionals that they work with and connections that they can do something like this, and they had the resources to put it together. Where I came in is I begged. It's the truth. I begged them to allow us to test it. They didn't need us. They already had a group of individuals to test the product. And I said, guys, look, I've done this before. I have a community. It's about 200,000 people that I kind of speak for. And I would like to use our community to be exclusive with this product. I don't want you to take it to the world. I want our community to be exclusive. Adil didn't really care about that. Really, he didn't want anything to do with affiliate marketing. 8118 Capital, they just didn't want it. It was me kind of pushing it, negotiating, and basically using our friendship that I had gained over a 2-year period to get him to give us a shot. So what this is 8118 Capital and a deal giving us a shot to take control of the affiliate part of this, which he never wanted to do in the first place. Guys, I want to make that clear, and I hope all of you understand that. So this is not one of those things where there's any promises or anything like that. It's them doing me a favor. And the reason why I asked for this favor is because a lot of us lost. And I wanted us to have something that we had some modicum of control in the affiliate part. And then I wanted that to be different, where no one had access to our funds. No one had access to our funds, that if we made money or didn't make money, it's in our own self-custodial accounts that we control. So we don't have to worry about somebody changing their minds, coming in and taking our money. We didn't want that. So what I've noticed is, if I've noticed that I didn't do such a good job of separating us from our past failed projects. So I wanted to make sure I was clear that this is completely different. And I see it as an opportunity to, for you guys to take some control in what we're doing. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. That was my grandchild and his. There. So we're looking at it in such a way that you guys can control the affiliate portion. You can control the affiliate portion, and you can also control, in the beta phase of testing this, what we get out of this. So as we test this product, some of you are going to want to tweak things with it. You may not like the way the bot's trading. You might want to add this or that to the bot. You technical guys, and you know who you are, will have the chance to not only beta test this, but to design it in a way that you can benefit from it, or your communities can benefit from it. But in the process of doing it in the beta phase, the true test is, if we hit our numbers, do we get the control, the rollout to the world? Now, some of you that are dreamers understand what I'm saying there. If we control the affiliate portion, and 15% of every dollar flows through you, then what that means is you can control, if this thing is successful, if it's very successful, and that's a big if. And guys, I must apologize because there's beautiful girls trying to talk to me in the middle of a power. Okay. Okay, guys, I love you too. All right. So we have to, in this sense, we have to look at it in a way that we have a chance to take control of the affiliate part and own it before the world comes in. It's not promised to us. It's not promised to us. It's something that is available to us should we take the role in it. And I hope that makes some kind of sense there. Now, what I want to do is unmute. I want some of you to ask me questions based on what I said, and just to make sure we have some control there, or you guys, we have an understanding and we're on the same page. Miss Moody or anyone, can you help me out there? All you have to hit is unmute. I would prefer a co-host. Okay. Well, I guess there's no questions there, so I'll have to do it myself. That's awkward. But anyways, guys, if you all understand that, then I made it very clear. The goal here is for us, the goal that I made with a deal in 8118 Capital, and where we fit with them, is they cannot simulate 1,000 users, 10,000 users, 20,000 users, 100,000 users. So in beta testing the AI bot, when we start this thing on June 1st, they need us to be the beta testers. And if the bot can handle 1,000, 20, 25,000 users, then it gives the AI the data that it needs to grow before we actually launch this thing on 120 days from June 1st. So the key, so where we come in, our group uh, gets to test it, and we need to get to those parameters, whether it's 1,000, 5,000, 20,000 is the goal. 20,000 people to beta test it in 120 days, and give feedback and on how the bot is doing. And that feedback is going to be critical, I think. It's going to be important to us. All right, General Kev, go ahead and unmute. I don't know if you can unmute. I know your
Okay.
voice is hurting, General Kev.
Yeah, I'm in a lot of pain, mate. I've broken a tooth, which isn't very good at the moment, but I'll try my best. Okay. Dorian, can you give us and the viewers an update regarding the work that we've been doing to train the bot? Because we've been working hard in the background in order to get everything tip-top shape so that it benefits the members as we move forward. Is there any updates regarding that? Because, as you know, there was a couple of things that we've come across that weren't quite exact, if you like. Have you got any updates regarding that?
Yes. Oh my God, that's a great question. Thank you, General Kev. Yes, guys, and if you're not unsure what that is, what we have for those of you that have communities that are, we have an AI communications bot that you can attach to your community. And basically, we've been testing it with questions from investments to trading strategies, everything. And the AI bot will answer those questions in detail. So we set up a small group where we've been testing the bot and trying to trick the AI to getting confused. And we caught some errors and we fixed those, but we want the community to also use that AI bot and start asking it questions any way that you so choose. And all you do is hit at first. You have to join either the German community, the Italian community, or the official Tr8de.ai community. Or if you're in the 411 group, the Tr8de.ai bot is attached to all of those communities. And basically, all you have to do to ask it a question is hit at Tr8de.ai chat and then space and then ask your question. And then the bot will go ahead in about 30 seconds or so, answer anything you want to know about the bot. What we found out that the bot was doing, it was giving some financial advice in the beginning, and we had to turn that off. Okay. I didn't feel like I wanted that smoke in the world. So the bot was giving numbers that the bot's been doing for the last 7 months. But we've always said to everyone that we're not financial advisors. We're not financial planners. We're just regular people that are testing the bot. So I didn't want to come off as that, and that could get us in trouble. So on that, Kevin, I hope I'm answering your question properly. But on that, like, we would like you guys to ask the bot question so we can continue to teach the AI to answer the questions properly and grow from within us on out before the real launch happens after 120 days. So we got to make sure. I want to make sure, guys, testing that AI bot now is important because it's a baby, and we wanted to answer questions appropriately and not get us all in trouble as a financial advisor or things like that. But
Yeah, yeah, I think that's what I wanted to highlight, Dorian, because the way I see it, we've been given that privilege to use the bot in the beta phase. So that's quite a privilege to be able to do that. And in order to do that, me and you can ask it questions 24/7, but we need questions from the members as well, because they might ask the same questions, but in a different way. So we've got to teach that bot to answer the questions in multiple ways, if you like. I train my own AI bot, but I've got to also look at the way that other members react to it as well and ask questions. So I understand how these bots work. So what I want to highlight is to get that bot to work efficiently in order to help the community. All the members have to try and ask it questions, even if it's the same question. Do you know what I mean? You just ask it in a different way. People ask the same question in a different way. We need to make sure that the bot is answering the correct question, giving the correct answer. Do you understand what I mean?
Oh yes, because we've all noticed that we've been able to trick it a time or two. Okay,
That's right.
uh,
That's
uh,
right. Yeah.
we've been able to trick it a time or two, and getting it to home in to the way we want questions answered is important, and that is extremely important. I think the other thing I think General Kev, that's important. Like I don't know if people understand. Like I put some numbers in the chat on what you could possibly do with no money. Um, like with this, like we need people to test all aspects of it. It's not just use the bot when it launches, but we want you to send your affiliate links out. Those of you that may or may not have money to start in Coinbase or Binance or whatever this decentralized exchange is, you can send your link out to people that are willing to test it as long as you're honest with them and they test the bot out and you will earn a living. You can earn money from that and use that to test your bot with and scale up from $10 to $20 to $50 to 250 to a max of 500. No. The Ian asked a question, is a demo account available on Tr8de.ai? No. A demo account is not available on Tr8de.ai. Tr8de.ai just connects to your Coinbase exchange or your Binance exchange. And then from there you connect it, turn it on, and then just let it do its thing. So there really isn't, it won't connect to a demo account, if that makes sense, at least for now. Now, after we launch this thing live, Ian, to the public, that is something, Ian, you want to keep in your back pocket because it's something people are going to want to do, right? But during our beta phase, that's not not an option for us. And if we can make it an option, but then we're pushing the start date back. And guys, I don't want to push the start date back anymore. So let's say, Ian, I tell them we've got to have the demo, and they go, "Yeah, we're going to have the demo." Now they got to add that, beta test that, and now we're pushing back into July. So guys, what I want to do is start, so some of you can start getting your questions on the bot. So when we start, you guys are going to have serious questions. And then, and when you start with a number, any number, 10 to $500, no more than that. You know, the bot works. Does each person have to have a bot? I, I would have to say, someone asked, does each person have to have a bot? I'd have to say that's a no. You don't have to have a bot. You can just simply use your affiliate link and send that out and have other people test the bot. But to use the bot and to earn from the bot, you would have to actually use the bot, if that makes sense. So to earn from the bot, either from the trading side to the uh, affiliate side, someone has to be obviously using the bot. But that is a good question.
I think I also saw one of the leaders doing a calculation with the trading bot chat, the chat bot the other day. The example was, what if I had, say for instance, 50 members on my level one, 70 on my level 2 and 100 on my level 3. What would be my potential affiliate income for a month? Things like that, just to give you an idea of what the bot is capable of doing. It's not just a bot that gives you answers regarding the trading, it actually gives you answers on the affiliate side of it too. That's one thing that we've been focusing on, isn't it, Dorian?
Yes, guys, the affiliate side is bananas. It will get bananas. I don't know if I've done it justice, but we're going to end up having 25 bots or more, 25 bots or more. And when we say the minimum successful trades of 30, we are talking minimums, guys. We're never going to talk past that. The bot could be far more than that. And that's just one bot. So imagine 25 bots, and I can't do the numbers for you, but just imagine 25 different bots that you have control of doing 6 to 10% on the average each bot. I'm not going to do that math. Okay, that's for you to do the math, but it can be impressive if this thing works. On the affiliate side, if you look at it on the affiliate side, when that person asked the bot that question, what if I had 60 members that I sent an affiliate link to, and those 60 members sent it to, let's say, 100 people, and then those 100 people sent their affiliates and on that third leg, I had 300 people or something like that for a total of 360 or 400 or 500 people. I think that's what's the number. What that would end up being is an income of around $1,000 a month. And you sent it out to 60 people, and all of a sudden you're getting $1,000 a month in income, either in USDC or hold on, I'll ask the other question, or the other token, and you could use that as trading momentum for your bot. So you could use that to start the money for your bots. You could say, generally, you started the bot with no money because you just got out ahead, hustled up, and got your affiliate link out.
This is an interesting question that JJ Lewis has put in here. What Ian meant is, will we have demo capital to play with the bot without using real funds? Now, I've seen somebody else mention this, and it's a very good question, that, because some people seem to think that there's some demo capital that we'll be able to play with. This isn't something that I've heard of, Dorian. So have you got any info on this?
Demo capital to play with. That is okay. The demo capital play, we will be using the bot without using real funds. That is not possible right now, Jay. But that is something that I think it's a good question. I think it's something we have to have. But on beta test, we're not beta testing it on a demo. We're beta testing it with real US dollars. Okay.
Dorian, sorry, it was not my question. I was interpreting what Ian was asking.
Oh, right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
so Ian,
he said that's what I mean. So
yeah, Ian, I hope I'm answering it correctly. I hope I'm answering where you guys understand it. On the beta test, no, we're not. There won't be dummy accounts. But when we launch live to the open market, that is something we will discuss with the tech team. We will, not me. We will. There will be another call upon launch, before the launch of the to the world. Well, that's something we will definitely discuss. But I do not want that to hold up our June 1st launch date. I don't want to kick that down the road. Guys, we've got to get the bot. As the Italians would say, the Germans would say, their number one question to me is, Dorian, we need the bot. We need to use it so we have questions to ask. And they are absolutely right. I don't want to add any more things to a deal or Tr8de.ai's tech team where they've got to add it and then they got to put resources to it and then they got to test it and then we got to kick it down the road. So the enemy to progress, I'm not going to, I'll let somebody else say that, but we just got to get this thing started. So we did concede some things to come up with a decentralized bot for the Italians and for the Germans, because they had real concerns in the EU. The Germans and the Italians had real live concerns with where their governments were adding, making it difficult for bots to trade on centralized exchanges. So we had to accommodate them. I let the deal in the group know that that group was important to me, and so we made a conscious decision to make sure the Italians and the Germans can start with this thing too and help us beta test. Why that's good news? I'll tell you the good and the bad from it. The bad is we couldn't start May 15th, right? Because we had to obviously add that decentralized action. The good behind adding that decentralized bot is now when we're beta testing this, some of you are going to have other exchanges that you really like that can do the same things that Coinbase and Binance offers. And here's what Coinbase and Binance offers, and this new decentralized exchange has offered, which I cannot mention yet because there's a contest on you guys to kind of figure out which one it is. But it allows the bot to trade on the centralized exchange and a decentralized exchange without having control of your funds. It allows that. And that's what we want. We want you to be to connect the bot on the exchange of your choice. And should it work and you decide to keep on using it, then so be it. But nobody will have control or access to your exchange that you choose. You do. You're the only one with the keys. You're the only one with withdraw rights. The bot just connects read only, and that's it. And that's important to me. You know, I don't want to be connected to anything that's going to have control of your funds. So that's a good question.
Okay, there's another great question from JJ Lewis in the chat. Now, this is something that I was looking at the other day while we were, juggling figures with the trading bot. The higher amount that we give accessible to the bot to trade with, it's a good idea to diversify that between multiple bots. And what the question is how do we launch more than one bot instance? How many instances can we run at once?
Okay, that's a great question. It is in our best, or in your best interest, to have multiple bots running. It's going to give you kind of it's going to help you on the risk side in that you're diversified in your investments. You're using more than just one pair. So you'll have kind of a diversification going on, number one. Number two, while one pair may be doing better than the other pair. And number three, you're doing more trades. If you're using 4 bots, that's 120 trades for the month, and each bot is averaging 6 to 10%. 6 to 10. Can it do more than that? Yes. Has it done more than that? Yes. Has it done less than that? Yes. So our motto is, as long as the bot is over 0 and it's in the green every month, we're good. But I can tell you, there's been times the bot has beat 10%. Are we going to market that? No, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to keep it between realistic gains, 6 to 10% a month, and that's scalable. So obviously, if you're using more than one bot, each bot is averaging that, and you can do that math and see that that could be pretty good.
So how many can we run at once? This is going to be a set amount until it launches.
4.
Is it 4?
So we can run 4 on beta.
Mm-hmm.
Upon launch, you can run 8. What I'm going to do, General Kev, is probably start with 1 and then scale up to 4. I'm definitely going to use 4. By the time the true launch happens, I will definitely use 8 bots. I feel diversification is key. And I will probably, when the Forex market opens up, we get to use that bot. I definitely will use that one and the stock exchange. So I tend to use all the bots, but I'll scale into it.
Yeah, it's about learning how they deliver to start with.
Yeah.
Slowly catch a monkey. That's my phrase. And I always believe that's the best way forward. Learn as you go along. Start slowly and learn. Jumping in at the deep end is never a good idea.
No, I don't think so. Not in this case. No, I think we start slowly, we scale up. The most important meetings we're going to have in our beta test phase is when the technical guys are invited to a private meeting with the tech team, and we're redoing some things and adding some things. Those are going to be probably some fights on those calls. I know they're tough, you know.
So Dorian,
Yes, ma'am.
hi, this is Tr8de. Excuse me. So in the bots, right? Depending on how much you're going to tell the bot to invest, you need a little extra to back up, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And so that's for each bot you utilize. So say I want to do 4 bots. So my first bot, I start out with $250, and you got to have an extra $100 in there, or extra $150 in there, right? So when I'm ready to start my second bot, and I say I want to start that with 250, so I have to put extra in to support that bot too.
Yes, ma'am. I would look at each bot as a separate tool. Think of it like a tool. And I'm stealing this from you, General Kev, so forgive me. I would think of each bot as a different tool in the tool.
Right.
So you would want to have the necessary cushion there for each bot. And I would say 50 to 60% cushion would be cool, would be a
right. Because that's when he said, when you showed the video the other day, I calculated that. And so that's why I mentioned it, because a lot of people on the call that wasn't on that call might just be thinking, okay, I can just put $100 in for a bot, but you got to do that 60% buffer, and that's with every bot. So when you start doing your calculations, you want to make sure you have enough in your wallet for that buffer. So that was my first question. Second question is, so the bot that you choose, and you're going to tell it, say I got $1,000 in my wallet, and for each bot I just want 200 for each bot, right? Which was $800. Will that 200 that's left over be enough, or do I need
It'd be enough. But what you'll want to do is you can start small, like you can, and you can scale up. So as long as you understand, let's say you make 50, $60 that month, or whatever it is, you'll want to keep that in there to make up, to get your cushion up a little bit.
Right.
So, and there will be calls where we strategize that when we start, and there will be guys that will start the bot with $10, just testing it out. And I'll tell them the same thing. You can start it with $10. Just make sure you scale more money into it. Kind of like dollar cost averaging. Kind of like that.
Thank you. That's good. That's what I just wanted to make sure that everybody understood that, So Jay is asking, and it says, could you please clarify how DeFi wallet works in terms of connecting bots to funds?
The DeFi wallet is going to be different than Coinbase, because we had some issues there, Jay, where we didn't want to get your network keys to log into the account. So we needed a decentralized wallet, and this is going to help you pick the one. Okay. We needed to pick a decentralized that we didn't need the keys that actually protects your wallet. So there's a tutorial coming out on that, Jay. I don't quite have that yet, but I do know, I was told by the tech team they will get that out to you guys sooner. But the issue we had to get around was most of the decentralized wallet, in order to connect the bot, it wanted to give us access to the account that we just didn't feel comfortable with having. I hope that it doesn't really answer your question, but I'm doing my best to answer it.
He haven't said anything else, but that was the question, and I think you answered it good enough. Because in connecting wallets, you always want to make sure that they don't have access to your wallet.
Yes.
So the question, another question I'm asking, is that once we connect to the bot, and the bot doesn't touch our money on our platform, however, when they make funds, do we have to withdraw off that, withdraw off the platform to put in our wallet, or does it automatically go to our wallet?
It's just, that's another great question. It's just in your account. It's just in your account. There's nothing to withdraw, nothing to add. The bot connects to your account, so you can log into your Coinbase or Binance or decentralized account, watch the bot trade at real time, and you see your gains at real time. So there's nothing to withdraw or add. It's just in your account.
Okay, great. That's good. That's good to know.
Yeah, we've all been in programs where we had to ask for permission to get our own money, and then it gets locked up or whatever. This is not that. Your money is in an account that you have access to, and only you.
Good.
Okay. And that's another good question. We get a lot of confusion there. I will say that on the commission side, there is, I think Christine with the Germans had a very good question during the overview, and I wanted to address it. Her question was, hey, Adil, as far as the commissions that you pay out on the 1st and the 15th of every month, what's to say that you're not going to pay the commissions? Because that's the part I would say you don't control, right? If the bot is making money and there's commissions that have to go out on the 1st and the 15th of the month, who's to say that you're going to pay, right? And I thought that was a valid question from Christine. Now we didn't have a lot of time to address it, but I would say that it was valid. I thought Christine's question is valid. They have to pay out the commissions on the 1st and the 15th. Now they're going to say that an 8118 and Adil has said, yes, we're going to pay it out initially on the 1st and the 15th. Now I wanted it daily. And here's why I wanted it daily. I wanted it daily because my mind were seeing 25,000 or 50,000 people beta testing the AI. Guys, you're about to hear some strange language from my grandbaby. There's nothing I can do about it, and I have to apologize ahead of time. But on the commission side of it, or the affiliate side, the risk we have there is, yes, they hold the money and they pay it out in the 1st of the 15th. Now, to start this bot early and not hold it up, while I would prefer it to be daily. I don't want to hold the start date up further. So when we start this thing, if we hit our goals, that is something you guys have control over, in that we can renegotiate that payout. So remember, this is testing phase. This is beta phase, where we get to test it and update things that we want to update. So while I don't like the 1st and the 15th either, I'll take it because it's going to pay out immediately on the 1st and the 15th. During beta phase, if there's a problem and they don't pay or it stalls, guys, again, it's beta phase. Like if there's a problem, it's going to be a real problem for me. If on the 1st I don't get a check, I don't care if it's $1, then obviously that would be some red flags on the tech team. Now I can tell you Adil doesn't want to go through that, okay? Which is why he keeps wanting things to be perfect for us. He doesn't want there to be any issues for us. He wants us to be like, wow, everything's working like clockwork. We got paid on the 1st. The affiliates got paid on the 1st and 15th. The bot is in the green every month. There's no false promises there. He doesn't want to give the illusion of any false promises. So the onus is on Adil and that tech team to make sure we have a perfect product. Because the one thing they understand is our community is got our eyes wide open now. We are not going to be able to handle any glitches in the can or in the product, so to speak. So our beta phase, his challenge is making sure we have a perfect product. Our challenge is making sure we have enough people to test the product. If we solve our challenge, then the world is your downline, which he wants nothing to do with. That's ours. So if we hit our goal, my goal in 120 days is 20,000. That is my promise. That wasn't my promise. That was my negotiation to them to get us to try the bot. We weren't his first solution. We were not. That was something like it was a hardcore, I don't know if you call it begging, I don't know if you call it negotiating, but I flew up and spent a lot of resources flying up there over and over and over again to put us in a situation where somebody with the resources to give us control of the affiliate program would invest in us. So the guys, I'm no special person. I'm the black guy with a cap, always barefooted. But I had to concede some things in order to get that. And what I conceded was, dude, we will use my community to get the 20,000 people to test it. Now, one or two things are going to happen. I'm either going to get the 20,000 people and we're going to get to control the affiliate and control the beta part of this, the key part of that, or we're not. Because if I don't get there, they've got to have option A, B, C, D, E, F, G. The reason why I came option A, because Deal and I obviously had a connection. We connected on the friendship side, and on business side, he knew I was the guy that would move heaven and earth to save the people that I love and to make this community whole again. So Deal knew that I was that kind of person, and I proved it. So he bet on me a little bit, and I'm betting on him. And my bet on him is Adil, stay out of my way on the affiliate side, and you make sure this product, this bot does everything we need it to do. And I'll handle the affiliate side. So what does that mean by I handle the affiliate side? It means it's yours because I'm you. Daniel, a lot of you on the American side, you should know Daniel by now. Daniel has been my partner from the beginning. And so what's going to happen is Daniel helped me set up these relationships. He did. So 8118 Capital, they do know who Daniel is extensively. Daniel has been very important to us being, even having the connection that I was able to build with Adil. So there's, when we start this thing, there will be a link that Daniel and I will have first, and we will get that out to the community. Our goal is to make sure we keep your teams as whole as we can, or your circle, not that your teams, because this is something new. We'll try to keep the whole of your network together. We will try. I'm not just going to go blanket, send links out everywhere and every man fend for themselves. Guys, I know who the leaders are. Daniel knows who the leaders are. We're going to be as ethical as we possibly can to make sure you keep your organizations together as best as we can. So we kind of know who you are, and we will be reaching out to you. So trust me, when I have the affiliate portion goes live and we're able to send the links out, I am not just going to go, everybody gets a link willy-nilly. It's going to be the people that's a front you're going to have to go through to get the link. And we'll probably crawl first before we run, but I want to make sure the leaders are set up first and they understand it. General Kev, go ahead and unmute.
Okay, brother. Now, this question that I'm going to ask, I know the answer to, but I'm going to say it for the benefit of the community because I've been in this situation before, months and months ago, where I want to help the situation, I want to promote the platform, but I don't know how. So the question is, Dorian, is there any limitations as an affiliate marketer in where I can promote this? And will the bot help me with putting together a post to promote the project?
Oh, oh my God, I love you, Tr8de. I thank you for that question. Guys,
These
there
are
is no
the questions that we've already been through, guys, with the bot, and we know the answer. But what we're trying to do here is to make the whole process as simple as possible in order to help the community move forward. Correct, Dorian?
correct. So base of all is once you get the affiliate link, there is no limitations to where you can market your affiliate link and build your network. There is no limitations. The sky is the limit, and it is in your best interest to think creatively outside of use your present network, but get outside of it. Like I will use influencers across the world, even if it costs me said money, okay, to do it. The other thing, the AI bot that we connected in the chat will definitely put together ads for you and numbers on the affiliates that you need to get to in order to make 1,000 a month, 5,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 100,000 a month, even 1 million a month. And I, some of us have built those networks already. I mean, I'm one of those that built it already. So I look at networks from 10,000 on up because it doesn't take much to get there. And the best way, go ahead. The best way I can look at it, General Kev, is 10 people, just as simple as 10 people. If you referred the link to 10 people, 10 people, if they're referring it to the minimum, can easily be 500. Easily. In 30 days. I've seen it. And 500, if they're sending their link out to 4 to 5 people, minimum, and all of them don't have to do it. The way the numbers work, and this is how they always work, 1 out of 10 will send the link to more than 10. And when I say more than 10, I mean 50 to 100 to even 1,000 people. And you can't control that 1 out of 10 person. You can't control him. He's going to do the things that the other people won't do. 2 out of 10 do nothing. They just quit. 6 out of the 10 do the minimum. You run those numbers and it gets ridiculous. If, again, my disclaimer, and that is the bot is obviously successful on a consistent basis. And that's it.
Okay, well, what I will say is I've already tested the bot on numerous promotional adverts, tested it on various different facts and figures. What I will say, guys, is every time that you do this, double check the figures, make sure they're factual, but be careful and just put a small disclaimer at the bottom stating that you are not offering financial advice, okay? Just to cover your own back. Other than that, by all means, get the bot to assist you with your promotional adverts because it does work and it really does put a good promotional advert together. I have been testing this over the last few days and it works really good. So like I say, Dorian, I just wanted to slip that one in because I've been in that position before. You know the situation I'm talking about where you really want to do your best, but you hit a brick wall. You get that like reader's block, that writer's block where you just don't know which way to turn, and you don't know how to promote it. The bot's there, guys, to help you with this. So it's a fantastic piece of machinery and it does. And if you need advice from any of us leaders, how do I get this bot to do this? How do I create this? That's what we're there for, guys. We can help you with this.
Yes.
I've got to be honest, it's been fun training it. It's been fun trying to trip it up, you know, asking it questions, trying to turn it upside down, you know, because we want it to work perfect. We want to be able to give it the exact figures, the exact facts, the exact answers, you know, and it's an ongoing thing. You know, it trains all the time. Even the markets, as the markets are changing, the AI bots are learning from that side of it. So as human beings, it's got to learn from us as well. Is that right, Dorian?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you guys can play a big part in that as well. As users, the bot needs to know what you want to know in order for it to respond effectively.
And it's growing. It's growing. It's growing just like the
Absolutely,
AI
yeah.
trading bot is. I think it's very important before this gets launched into the world. Now, speaking to a deal in them today, I can tell you it gets exciting should we hit our recommended numbers. Because guys, it not only it proves to us, but it proves to them that they don't need to go outside of us. I don't want them going outside of us. I want this bot to be exclusive to us out. But we've got to be willing. I know I'm willing to think creatively to make sure we get the numbers up, that we beta test this properly with 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 members, because no simulation can simulate that better than live. Better than live. I don't care if you test it with $10, because that's the minimum. As long as you understand it's not ideal to test it at $10. You got to come in there understanding that is not ideal. You know, the ideal part is 250 to 500 is ideal. The bot works really good at that level. But that was good. Any other questions, guys? I hope I didn't miss anything. Liliana and Christine, your question about the commissions on the 1st and the 15th. Did you understand what I said there? If you don't, it's okay.
I can't see Christine in the group.
Christine, I see Liliana.
Yeah, Liliana's there.
Okay.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay, Dorian.
Okay. Thank you. Well, guys, I don't want to keep us too long here. If there's no other questions, hold on. If there's no other questions, we'll go ahead and end the call. And then what we'll do is, I think we need to do another call on starting Coinbase and starting Binance. And I'll get an idea. We need to get the name of the other bot out there so we can get people to set up that account too. So I'm going to put something in the chat on what you need to do in order to guess on that new decentralized exchange, so we can see who wins that. I want to get a date on that so we can get that other bot out there before June 1st, so we can get people to set it up, those who have to use it. But there's one other question, Miss Deborah, just another point to add. When posting the promoting material on a social platform like Twitter, recommendation is to add the hashtag to draw attention on the most popular trends. Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, they're very, very strong. If you add good hashtags, especially trending hashtags, it's a good idea to do a bit of research before you put your post out. And if you get a relevant trending hashtag that you can add to your post, that directs a lot of attention to your Twitter posts for sure.
yeah. I posted one on Twitter. I don't know if I added hashtags or not, General Kev. I only had 34 people look at it, but I posted a YouTube with the Telegram link to test it. I think 34 people watched it. But I didn't know what I was doing. I figured you would know. So I know
that's
one
what
thing.
it is. If I'll do a tutorial on it at some point.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, that's all I have. Unless you guys have something else to bring up, I wanted to keep it kind of short today. Those of you Italian, German, this is going to be transcribed into your languages, where if you want to duplicate it and have another meeting, you're more than happy to do it. And I would be honored to get on your calls too. All right, guys. Ciao.
Thank you, Dorian.
Bye bye, guys. See you
Okay,
later.
thank you.
Ciao a
Thank you.
tutti,
Thank
bye
you.
bye.